If I look at the trouble every night on TV, I might lose hope, I might lose faith in the people I meet. If it takes a village, then the world is our town, looking out for each other, one for another.
Hello and welcome to People for People. I'm your host, Tammy Allen, and every week we interview a different nonprofit that are making an impact in our community here. And today it is my great pleasure to welcome Catherine Preston, and you're with the Georgia Coalition to End Homelessness, and that's a great mission. Can you tell me a little bit about the organization and what you do?
Okay. We are a coalition of nonprofits that do the homeless services within the state of Georgia. We have over 1,100 nonprofits that we've mapped around the state and are in our database that we work with and we communicate with. We've been in existence for 10 years now.
Okay.
This year's our 10th anniversary. And we do a lot of technical assistance, training, support for the sheltering providers.
Just to teach them how to implement, how to organize.
How to build the capacity of their organization. And we do training for a lot of their frontline staff on case management training and CPR, first aid. We have staff that are trainers in that. One of the things also that we do in working with around the state is we go into different communities and help them facilitate building the capacity of their community to better meet the needs of the persons.
Helping them grow and maximize their resources. So
that persons who are homeless no longer have to go outside their area where they live to seek services. So that's one of our vision mission statements that we have in our bylaw, in our mission statement. And another thing is that we have the 1-800 helpline where persons can contact our organization if they're in need of help. Case
and
managers,
you refer them.
And we refer them to, we get enough information from them to find out what their needs are, and then we forward them, we refer them to the organizations in their community that provide those services. So we're a bridge and we link there, and then we also do advocacy on a state level. And right now we're looking at the greatest need is for homeless children, families, and unaccompanied youth. So the focus is really turning towards that right now, because
servicing their needs, finding them. And how do we do in Georgia as far as that goes?
Well, in the national report that was just issued this past spring, we were I was very disappointed whenever I saw that Georgia ranked 49th out of the 50 states. And that's one reason why our board of directors made the decision that we really needed to step it up on working with families. We've seen the numbers of families and children grow over the past.
And I know that used to be we thought of homeless men, but now it's really increased in families, mothers, single children, single mothers, children. And
yes, that's where the biggest growth has been, is within women, children, and the unaccompanied youth are really big.
What is an unaccompanied youth?
An unaccompanied youth is a young person, I have to say young person, I like to call them kids, who...
a young adult.
A young adult who has run away from home or been kicked out, or just happens to be out on the street and get caught up in the same, with the wrong people. And
there's a lot of those. Every kid wants to run away when they get mad at their parents.
That's it. And we have quite a few of them now that we're finding that are couch surfing. They're traveling from one friend's house to another friend's house, and you never really, they're not real visible, because right now to be a runaway in the state of Georgia is a criminal offense. So they stay pretty well hidden, because knowing that if it does come out that they're homeless, they stand the risk of being referred to the juvenile justice system, and then they wind up with a record, and then it's a spiraling effect from there. So one of the things that we're looking at all over the state of Georgia is the growing numbers of those kids, and we've got street outreach teams that are working with out of several of the organizations that we work with, and those street outreach teams go out on the street and they just start talking to the younger
Just
people
kind of
on
get
the
them on the
street,
inside, yeah.
and figure out who they are, and
Probably
have
pretty
them
easy to
come
spot,
in.
really.
Yeah, if you know what
What
you're
you're
looking
looking
for,
for,
yeah. Yeah, and especially at a certain time of night, whenever you see them out, you pretty well know. And there's a lot of drop-in centers. We have one in Atlanta that
What's a drop-in
they
center?
can go to. That is, it's a center where the kids, it's a safe place, where 2 nights a week they can go there, and they've got counselors and staff, caseworkers on hand that will work with them. They'll get a hot meal, talk to them, try to encourage them to seek services and supports that are available, and
Not let them get caught up in the system.
right, and try to keep them out of the system. And in Savannah, they have a very good program as well. So we're promoting that, as well as safe sites all around the state, that if a child did run away, that they could find themselves the safe site, they can go there and get help. So
how did this organization come about?
the Georgia Coalition End Homelessness? Oh, we came about, it was, we were a group of providers from all over the state of Georgia that had formed collaboratives in their communities. And at that point in time, we had 15 collaboratives around the state that would come together on an informal basis once a month.
Just trying to help each other out.
Trying to share stories, trying to support, all of that. And I mean, if someone had an issue in their community, we could talk about it and talk about how we dealt with it in another community, and just try to give that support and everything. Well, then what happened was the organization made the decision that they needed to be more formally formed, because the nonprofits needed an organization that could help do the advocacy, do the public education and awareness.
So kind of wrapped it all up into one thing. Well, we're
one
going to take a
thing.
little break right now, and we'll be
Okay.
back and share more information about how you can get involved as well with the Georgia Coalition to End Homelessness.